Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian, welcoming you back to Draft Day Sports Pro Football 2022. And if you're saying, hey, wait a minute, how are you already in the off season? It's because I'm a big dummy. I recorded the episode and I had it ready to go, and then I never uploaded it. I was looking through my video folder and I was like, hey, there's not very many videos. I need to delete them, and I deleted stuff I shouldn't have deleted. Whoopsie daisy. So, what did you miss last season? Well, let's take a look at the history of the Cleveland Browns. So we went 12-5. Oh, because we're not done with season start, so it's not going to show here. So let's just go ahead and click on season start, and then we should be able to see the last season here. So now if we click on history, there we go. So we went 9-8. We did not make the playoffs, which is not ideal, obviously. And we really struggled in terms of defense, but in particular, let's look at the statistical record of the Cleveland Browns from the previous season. What's the deal here? Why can I not look at historical stats? I can just by looking at the roster, but there's got to be an easier way, right? Oh, it's all the teams I've played and how I've done. I see. Okay. Yeah, this is the biggest issue last season. We were 15th in points against and 28th. No, sorry, 15th in yards. No, it was 15th points per game, 28th in yards per game. And that ain't good. The offense took a little step back. We weren't the second best offense in all of the NFL, but we were fourth best. We just allowed too damn many yards. We allowed too damn many yards. So, let's talk about some of the big-time players on this roster and how they did. Let's begin with the problem / solution / biggest concern, Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield regressed in a lot of ways last season. His touchdown percentage dropped. His interception percentage went up. He had fewer big plays. He took more sacks. And he averaged fewer yards per game. He sold through more touchdowns than interceptions. This is not the kind of quarterback you can rely upon year in and year out. This is merely an acceptable quarterback. So he did not have a great season. Nick Chubb was quite good. Still didn't make the Pro Bowl. Somehow. I don't know how that happens, but here we are. He did have a very good season. He rushed for over 1,500 yards, 4.6 yards a carry, 14 touchdowns, and just had another dominant season. If we look at Kareem Hunt, you'll notice he also had a very solid season in support, making sure that Nick Chubb could stay nice and fresh when we needed him the most. Mr. Hunt is currently on a 2-year contract because you re-signed him a bit. Joel Bitonio allowed only 10 missed 0 blocks all season. Oh, sorry, that's for 2024. He missed only 5 blocks all season and 41 pancakes and started all 17 games. I don't think Bitonio got the Pro Bowl. I think the only person who got a Pro Bowl on the offensive line were J.C. Tretter and Wyatt Teller. We'll take a look here. Mr. Teller had 63 pancakes and 8 blocks, and yeah, he did make the Pro Bowl, as did J.C. Tretter. Jedrick Wills moved to right tackle, and it seemed to have been a positive for him. He did pancake fewer people, but he also allowed fewer missed blocks. He was only officially charged with the one sack. So he continues to grow, and he continues to be a big force on our offensive line. Let's talk about Ryan Holtz, though, in his rookie season. A great number of pancakes, a really bad number of missed blocks. This is very concerning, and if he can't improve significantly, this may be part of the issue with Baker Mayfield. Right now, the tackles are young and have all the talent in the world, but they lack experience, and they're making mistakes. So that is not an ideal situation. Here's J.C. Treader. Only allowed 3 missed blocks all season and had a Pro Bowl. He's not a 2-time Pro Bowler. Very nice. We're down to 2 tight ends. We let David Njoku go at the end of the season. Austin Hooper, I think... No, he made the Pro Bowl last year, not this year. He was fine. He wasn't great, and he's certainly not very dynamic, but he got the job done. There's a bigger issue with him, though. He had an awful season blocking. If you're going to be a number 1 tight end, you have to be able to block. So that may mean we need to move on from Austin Hooper as well, because 22 missed blocks out of a tight end is not going to get it done. If you're blocking, if you're pancaking 50 people, that changes things. This is a bad season for him overall. Harrison Bryant wasn't too involved in the game. He did okay, but he certainly wasn't anything fantastic. Friends, let's talk about the wide receiving room. Starting with Odell Beckham Jr. Odell was actually more productive than he was the previous season. He did miss 2 games due to injury, but all of his other numbers were statistically better. He got more yards per game, he got more touchdowns, also more drops, and made 120 catches. I think he went to the Pro Bowl too, didn't he? He did. But here's the issue. 191 targets, only 120 catches. 7 catches per game, that's lovely, but that's a really big issue. Now, he was a lot more explosive. He had 9 20-plus yard plays and 4 40-plus yard plays, including one that was 75 yards for a touchdown. That happened in the season finale. If we'd beaten the Bills that game, or the Chiefs, I can't remember which team it was, we actually would have made the playoffs. So we only missed the playoffs by a single game. But this is not great. That he's being thrown to so frequently and not producing at the level he should be. So Odell had a good season. He should be even better, though. We need to think about that. Rookie Matthew Jowett showed a lot of potential this season. A lot of it. He got 74 balls for 720 yards. That's nearly 10 yards per catch. He did have quite a few drops, though. But he had 6 20-plus yard plays, and he was overall pretty explosive. He was a good target to move the ball very quickly. Despite not being the fastest player on the team, he still has plenty good speed, and he's only going to get better with age. He's still a little dumb. We'd like to see him play a little bit better. But he's definitely earned another big season on offense. Jarvis Landry. Jarvis basically did everything he did the last season, but worse. He did catch more touchdowns, but he was also less explosive. His 20-plus yards were a lot lower, and he averaged fewer yards per game. So all these numbers are telling you one story, which is either our receivers aren't good enough or our quarterback isn't good enough. Because Odell Beckham had more yards, but was overall still didn't catch as many balls as he ought to have. Donovan Peoples-Jones was basically a non-factor. He did get a few catches, about 40 of them, but he barely did. He didn't even play last season because he's on the practice squad. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is the defensive backs. Denzel Ward and Greedy Williams both had great seasons. Really good seasons. He has some injuries, but at the end of the day, my two corners were targeted a lot, but our safeties are targeted even more, and that is problematic. We did make a couple of trades. We traded Jack Conklin and got Halu Pilavati Vaitai, as well as a pick. We got a 4th-round pick. And we also traded Sheldon Richardson for Elliot Goldman here. Eddie Goldman, sorry. And I believe another 4th, or was it a 5th? It was a 5th. And he turned out to be a pretty decent player, for sure. Olivier Vernon is still a pass rush giant. The man doesn't get as many sacks as he probably deserves, but holy fucking shit. When you're knocking down the quarterback 61 times over the course of a season, well, 70 because you have to count his sacks too. 71, sorry. That's pretty good. Myles Garrett was no slouch. By any stretch of the imagination, he knocked the quarterbacks down 38 times and forced 5 fumbles. He still wasn't quite as good as Olivier Vernon. Now, that is not to criticize Myles Garrett. What I think is happening is I think players are shifting the line to cover Myles Garrett so he can't, dominate. And that's opening up the door for Olivier Vernon to really dominate in his own way. Linebackers, former Brown B.J. Goodson had a really great season. Beyond him, Dion Buchanan is quickly proving to be our most reliable linebacker, but he's bad in pass coverage. But he did get 8 sacks. And anytime you get that kind of pass production out of a linebacker, that's a good sign. If we're going to get back to the playoffs this season, we need to address 3 positions, in my opinion. 4, actually, now that I think about it. Linebacker, cornerback, quarterback, and tight end. I would also not be unhappy if we managed to add... No, I think that's it. Those are the 4 positions I want to address in the draft. And then maybe grab some free agents to try to fill the rest of it. Because we've got a whole lot of average corners, and we might want to look for some safeties. So look at Grant Delpit here. He allowed 38 catches, and he was targeted about 70 times. That is a lot of times to be targeted for a safety. Which means one of 2 things. Either 1, he's patrolling the middle of the field, as he should be, or 2, we're getting beat up top an awful lot, which means our corners aren't getting the job done. He had a good season, 56 tackles, did miss 5, but did get a sack and 2 interceptions. He defended 8 passes quite well. Ronnie Harrison also looks quite similar. He was picked on even more. So what I'm thinking is happening is they're really picking on our nickelbacks and our 4th corners, or they're throwing a lot up the middle and forcing the safeties come in to help out. If we get better covering linebackers and better defensive backs, I think we'll see the pass defense as a whole improve. So that's what I want to focus on, is addressing those 2 positions and thinking about quarterback. I haven't mentioned a quarterback yet, which is Clifford Helms. Mr. Irrelevant was anything but. He filled in for Baker Mayfield a couple of times. And while he did throw a few interceptions, he was able to move the ball a little bit easier than Baker did. No, I'm not saying that we're going to hand him the offense right now. I don't think he's ready. You also spelled irrelevant wrong, which is gross. There's another R in there, my dude. But he offers us a genuine alternative to Baker Mayfield. He's got a big arm, he's pretty smart, and he's got decent accuracy. I'd love to see all of that go better, but this may be something we need to consider. I do not want to lose him until I'm sure I don't need him. So I'm going to go ahead and offer him a new contract once the preseason starts. So if we're checking our depth chart here really quickly, what positions are we short on? We're going to need to take a wide receiver, maybe two. We can pick one of those in later rounds, though. We're good at tackle and center. We're a little light on guards. That might be a different position to go after. A defense, we need corners, and we need them very badly indeed. We could also use a couple of rotational defensive ends. And, of course, we need a new lead linebacker. And our special teams are fine. We're okay with Mason Crosby and Jamie Gillen. So before I go any farther, I need to decide if I want to get rid of anybody on the staff. I would like to bring back Mel Lentz. I think he's done a really good job with our offense. I'd like to give him a new deal. And done. James Ball is not a very good defensive coordinator, is he? Let me do something about that. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and jump forward. I'm not going to pay attention to the staff signing because I don't want to take my people here. I just don't have any need to grab anybody. It is time for free agency, my friends. And we have a little bit of cap room, but not a lot. We are currently staring at $11 million in cap room. And there's some really, really tasty players that look like they're available. Sign Deshaun Watson? No, of course I'm not. That's not going to happen. So Stephon Gilmore would cost a lot of money, but would instantly make our defensive backfield that much better. We could add Demario Davis. That would be a pretty solid choice. Or Dante Hightower. There's some moves we could make to significantly upgrade our defense. But in order to do that, we need to free up some cap space. So I'm going to look at the roster, and I'm going to try to identify a couple of underperforming veterans we might want to think about cutting. Sorry, contracts is where I meant to go, not roster. So we have an awful lot of money invested in Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry. Set that to the side for right now. We would definitely want to think about an extension for Denzel Ward. I think the first easy way to make some cash is we're going to go ahead and cut Case Keenum. I don't need a third quarterback. I can draft one or find one cheap. I want to try to free up $20 million in I want to free up $20 million in cap room. If I can. If I can do that. You're costing me $10 million and you're a pretty crappy tackle. I'm going to go ahead and release you as well. Now notice, it is going to result in me paying a bit of a premium because I'm basically paying $900K and dead cap, but I'm fine with that. I now have $25 million, which means I can start making some big-time moves in free agency. So I need the very best linebacker I can get my hands on. So let's talk about the 3 available linebackers and decide who would be the best fit. Chandler Jones has incredible speed, very good strength, good agility and intelligence, and he's a sure tackler. Chandler Jones would be a great fit on this defense. In every sense of the word, he would elevate us to a new level. Now, what I'm not sure about is how good he'd be in pass coverage. His hands are pretty bad, but that doesn't really affect it. I'm going to look and see if any of the other linebackers have a bit more intelligence. What about Demario Davis? Demario Davis is about the same, actually. But he's a little bit older than Chandler Jones. Maybe not the best choice. Lastly, Dante Hightower. And again, they're all right about the same level. If I look at their statistical records here, you did allow 52 catches on only 73 targets. 51 on 73. 41 on 59. So none of you are great in coverage, but just a big-time linebacker who can make plays is going to make our lives that much easier. But I think the first step is to get Stephon Gilmore. A third corner would just be sensational, I think. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to offer Mr. Gilmore a contract. I'm then going to bid on one of the top tier linebackers. I think I'm going to go for Chandler Jones because I think he's the best combination of age and skill. And he doesn't want that much money, which is even better. Alright, my friends, we're now going to advance one day. And are we in the lead for both players? Okay, so the Buccaneers have a better offer. Update offer. He wants a little bit more money. Let's bump it up to $17 million. And let's add a year. Because it sounds like that's what he wanted, right? He wanted a longer contract and he wanted more money. So let's see if that moves the needle. I've signed nobody. How are we looking here? Are you freaking kidding me? They both signed with somebody else? Okay, that was bullshit. I gave you both what you wanted, and you took less money to play elsewhere. That really annoys me. I hate you both for being jackasses. They really need to fix free agency bidding, in my opinion. It's a real issue here. I've got to end up with Demario Davis then. We've got to get some veteran presence in the linebacking room. And I am going to offer Carlton Davis a contract as well. And we're going to see if either one of these deals ends up getting made. Are you kidding me? They're all signing for 2 years. And, like, the game isn't telling me, oh, I want less years. It's just, I just don't get to sign them. And I think that's bullshit. I really think that's bullshit. I've gotten squeezed out of every good free agent because everyone wants 2 years, apparently. He wants 8.3 to 10 million. Okay, great. I'll give him 10 million. And he's just going to turn me down because he's going to be like, oh, you know what? I wanted 2 years. Just fucking take the deal, you jackass. I guess Sean Murphy Bunting would be a decent upgrade. Once you 8 and 9 million. Let's make it 10. And submit offer. I'm overpaying for mediocrity because I'm getting shut out of the best players. Which is not making me happy. And look, they fucking did it again. Again, I'm shut out for no good reason. Guys, this needs to get fixed. You cannot keep doing this. This is completely unfair. Where basically it's like, I make one offer. Nah, we don't want it. When all you want is less years. You have to give the player feedback. You can't just be like, oh, they don't sign. Too bad. Because that's bullshit. That is not fair to the player, because it basically means you'll never get the best free agents. Because the gamers can just randomly fucking give you a line of bullshit and say, oh, ha ha ha, we only wanted 2 years, but we're just not going to tell you that. I can't read their fucking minds. And now I'm basically getting left with table scraps. Can I even get Marcus Golden? Probably not. I'm going to give him the money he wants. There, balance, what the fuck ever. Is this gonna matter? Probably not. I'm still gonna get shut out. Because the game is gonna randomly tell you that, nope, somebody else offered him exactly what he wanted and you just never got a chance to match it. I hate to sound really salty, but I feel pretty damn salty right now. I'm overpaying for mediocrity because I can't get the players I want. Which is kind of bullshit. And look, I didn't get either of them either. Game, fuck you. Just fuck you. Oh my god. Game, stop. I'm going to tell you right now. This is really making me mad. That every single free agent I offered on instantly just rejected me. They didn't give me a chance to counter. They didn't give me anything decent to even consider. It was just, nope, 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 nope. Fuck off. So you can all go to hell. Because I'm pretty unhappy that I can't get any free agents because of how the system works. You've got to give players a chance to respond. And you need actual feedback from the players. I want less years. I want less money. I want more money. It can't just be make an offer, hope for the best, and then come away with maybe a decent free agent. Because that's not sustainable. That's not a fun way to play the game. It's not an appropriate way to play the game. Fix this shit. In other words, is the big takeaway. I gotta dig in on corners. Did I lose a coach? No, I didn't lose a coach. I got all my same coaches. I just somehow have a lot more scouting points. That's fun. Yeah, we gotta scout the shit out of the early round corners and the early round linebackers. I can't miss on one of these positions here. Okay, let's look at linebackers. This looks like a very, very deep linebacker draft, so that may be where we go in the first round or two. Let's go into the third round because I'm probably going to end up taking 2 linebackers. Am I just going to be scouting corners and linebackers in this draft? I might be. And I think that's really important. So I think we're going to focus on that, even if it means that I don't get everyone I might have wanted. Boy, I really don't like free agency in this game. It's really poorly thought out. There we go. Okay. We're going to have to hit on a couple of big-time picks in this draft. You really want me to take a strong safety? I don't need a strong safety. I need corners and I need linebackers. Why is Michael Wang fallen? Or Mitchell Wang, sorry. He's real fast. But he's also real dumb. I see. If you're still there in the second round, I'll take you. But I don't know if I'm going to take a chance on a cornerback who's actually stupid. No, I'm not going to take a quarterback with the first round pick. I've got too many other positions to fix. James Forster. He's that strong. He's very versatile. Good speed. Knows what he's doing. Like, I know he's fast, but if all I cared about was speed, I'd take Mitchell Wang. Mike Lovelace. Good agility. Decent speed, decent tackler, good technique. I guess the question is, do we take the freak athlete in Mitchell Wang and hope that he turns out to be better than he looks? Or do we take the more polished player in Michael Lovelace? Another thing to add, of course, is that Mr. Wang here is 2 years younger. Foster looks like he's really strong. But it looks like he's going to be kind of slow. And I've already got a linebacker that's pretty strong and kind of slow. Yeah, the difference is Mike Lovelace has leadership and he works hard, and I think we have to take... Boy, this is tough. And it's tough because I don't have any security blanket here. I struck out in free agency, so I have to make sure that whoever I take with this first round pick is going to be a big-time contributor. Why do you want me to take Ralph Guthrie so bad? I'm not sold. Wang has the best speed. Lovelace seems like he's the best overall player. I'm going to go for the athlete. I think this might be the wrong decision, but I'm going to try it. We're going to take Mitchell Wang, and hopefully he turns out to be a useful piece. We're going to the next human pick. Okay. I guess a second corner isn't a terrible idea, but we're getting shut out of linebackers already. Tyson Ortiz seems like he's a really good football player, but he's not the smartest. That might make him a really tough corner, though. I kind of like that a lot, actually. Let's go ahead and draft Tyson Ortiz. Let's get ourselves a second corner and then see who's available when we pick next. Okay. Who is the best linebacker left in the draft? Okay. We don't really have a good choice left. Which means they're going to be bad at linebacker again. You look like a really decent linebacker, but it would be a big risk taking you. I'm going to put you on my list, and I'm going to hope that nobody takes you in the 4th, because I have 2 4th-round picks, so that I can then take best player available with my 3rd-round pick. So who is that going to be? A wide receiver would certainly not go amiss. But I do need some help at defensive end. I also need a backup strong safety. What is it about King Piper that we like? Okay, he just looks like he's a real damn good football player. That's good enough for me. Let's take King Piper. Spivey's gone. I had a feeling that might happen. I should have just gone up and gotten him. Robert Crow. I do need a tight end. What is your deal? It looks like you're great across the board. With really good hands and really good speed, I'll take that. Done. Okay, I gotta find me a linebacker, even if I overdraft him. I can't be shut out of the linebacker game. Because I need one, badly. Now, Bill Bircher is likely to be quite smart because he went to Princeton. But he's not very athletic. Okay. Joseph Driscoll has good physique, good athleticism, pretty smart, not the best in technique, so he's going to be a bit of a project. Oh, you just suck. Like, I love your agility and intelligence, but the rest of you is gross. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to trust my scouts, and we're going to draft Joseph Driscoll way above where he ought to be drafted. Because I need a linebacker. And that's just where we are right now. You want me to take... All of you want me to take different people. I wouldn't mind taking a defensive end. Because I need another one to fill the rotation. So let's look at Troy Ingle first. Ingle has off-the-chart strength and athleticism. What is it that makes Starling better than that? Nothing. Yeah, I don't care what y'all say. We're going to grab ourselves some Troy Ingle in our lives. It's going to be great. I can get a running back pretty easily. How good is Timothy Price? Very, very smart. Maybe not the best raw athlete. I don't mind having a guy like that. Plus, I like his mustache. I like his mustache. And the draft is over. Let's leave the draft screen and let's see if we actually hit on any of our picks. If there's anybody left in free agency, that isn't just going to tell me to go fuck myself. Because I didn't offer the secret number that they were looking for. Marcus Golden. Wait. Oh, because I signed players there. Yeah. I will guarantee you the role of a starter, and we'll see if this is going to get you anything. It probably won't. If he doesn't sign, quite frankly, I might just wait until the proper offseason and then just grab up a bunch of cheap free agents. I could bring PJ Goodson back. But maybe not. Let's take a look at the new guys. Let us take a look at the new guys. How did we do? So, first things first, Robert Crow looks like a real keeper. He may be my best offensive pick of the draft. He's going to have a nice big role on this team. He's got amazing hands, great speed, really smart. Not a great blocker, though. He's definitely more of a receiving tight end. Timothy Price. It's a good thing we got a great tight end because holy fucking shit, this guy cannot move. Yeah, I mean, yes, he's a 7th round pick. I don't know what I expected, but I expected better than that. Mitchell Wang definitely has the speed, but he ain't real smart. And he's not a great tackler either. So that's not great. But thankfully, we got the second best defensive player that we acquired was Mr. Tyson Ortiz, who looks like he's a little bit more well-rounded, and he's more likely to be an immediate contributor at corner. Joseph Driscoll is not great. He's not bad, but he's not great. So, I think it's fair to call this draft disappointing. Again, we did get one ace in the hole, which is Robert Crow. Robert Cole could be our starting tight end if he were a little better at blocking. But yeah, as for the rest of our draft class, we got at least one good corner out of it, and one guy who might be good if he can just work on his thing here. So we're going to go ahead and quickly go into training, and we're going to start assigning the rookie class to a few of you. What is the rookie schedule again? What does it make them focus on? Positional drills and the QB schedule. Yeah, Clifford Helms, I want you on the QB schedule, please. Crow, you're on the rookie schedule. Rookie. Wills, you're shifting to O-line. Holtz, you're shifting to O-line. Joseph Driscoll, you get rookie. 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 That's done. How short am I on positions? I guess we'll find out. Depending on who we're able to acquire here in free agency. Wait, did I get golden or did I not get golden? Okay, great. I overpaid for mediocrity. That's fine. I'm just not going to participate in free agency anymore. I'm just going to try to grab some people who get cut for no good reason, and make that happen. Okay. So, our current roster consists of how many players? We have 49 players. We need a quarterback and a running back at a minimum, and we're going to try to grab some other people as well. So let's grab... How much money do I have? I have 4 million, so 5 players would be very easily acquired. Okay. I don't want another corner right now because my concern is if I sign another corner, it's going to slow down the development of the rookie. But having just a better cornerback room isn't going to hurt anything, right? Let's go ahead and offer Trey. Let's get Trey Flowers. Let's grab Tariq Cohen. And then I'm going to look for quarterbacks. Is there anybody here who might have some modicum of actual talent? If we sort by accuracy, it's Mason Rudolph. If we sort by arm strength, it's Bruce Smith. I'm not going to bring in Mason Rudolph. That's gross. We're going to grab James Payne. Okay. Let us now look at linebackers and see who might be available. I want someone nice and young with some really good abilities here. Hello, Kazir White. You have elite speed and tackling. You're kind of dumb, but you're a great athlete? And I can make that work. Ooh, but look at Krieger Hill. He's even faster. I'd like someone who's at least a little bit smarter, like a Joe Thomas. But Joe Thomas isn't nearly the athlete that some of these others are. Doesn't have the raw speed. I'm going to go for Nathan Gary, because he's got elite speed, but he's still a pretty smart player. And then I need a defensive end for sure. I'm just going to offer Harry Anderson a contract because I just need someone. Wide receiver, I'd like to grab one of those. Somebody really smart with really good hands. Larry Fitzgerald, come on down. That's a perfect fit for this roster. What other positions could I use help at? Where else are we shorthanded? Or just need more talent? I have 3 tackles and 3 guards. But I don't have any great prospects at either of the offensive line positions, so let's look for some of those. Oh, I can actually, like, weed out the people I don't want. That's really cool, actually. Okay. So I want somebody who's got at least a bit of upside to them. James Harrington. You're not the strongest, but you're a good fundamental blocker and you're really smart. You're hired. Who else we got here? Brandon Parker. Again, not the strongest, not the smartest, and not a great blocker. I can probably do better. Who is the strongest offensive player here? Jamon Brown, I think, would be a good choice. We're going to grab him. And then I want to try to grab at least a couple of tackles who can't embarrass themselves very much. So I'm going to grab James Hurst. I now have no cap room left on any other free agents, so now it's time to start making sure that everyone is set up on the training schedule. James Payne, you're going to get the rookie schedule. Default. 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 And default. And friends, let us go ahead now and advance to training camp. HC player focus, head coach, I'd like you to focus on our left tackle instead of our right tackle. Ryan Holtz, please. Defensive player, I kind of want you to keep an eye on Mitchell Wang. Because if Wang can develop a little bit, he could be a premier corner. Whereas Ortiz is kind of fine like he is right now. I'm happy to play Ortiz just on in his current state. So that's fine. Let us go ahead now and go through training camp. And let's hope for some big development from some of our players. If we look just at the Browns, did we get any double-digit improvement? No. We got a bunch of players that got a little bit better. But we also got a lot of players who got a little bit worse. This was not a great training camp, gentlemen. We're going to need you to work a lot harder during the season now. I mean, I don't like that my quarterbacks are getting better hands. That seems pretty silly to me, but that's fine. So, because you guys missed that episode that I didn't record, or that I recorded but didn't upload, I'm just going to go through the season 2, and then we'll go back to the one-part videos. Let's see how long this video takes at the end of the day, and see where that gets us from here on out. Okay, offensive coordinator. Make it happen. Beckham, Landry, Jewett. Hooper. No. Actually, I don't mind this right now. We can just let people figure it out for right now. That is fine. Defense. Defensive coordinator. What are we thinking here? Good. I kind of want to see Calvin Burks make some big time plays this season. Maybe get over the 70 mark, but I'm not unhappy with him. At least not yet. And then special teams. How bad is Mason Crosby these days? Do I need to start looking for a new kicker? Maybe I do. No, actually. Greedy Williams, Mitchell Wang is going to be my primary kick returner and also my primary punt returner. Because he's real fast, and that might make him a premier player here. How is Mason Crosby getting worse? Is it time to find a new kicker? He's still got good distance and accuracy. Let's check his progression. Yeah, I don't care about most of this shit. You're a fucking kicker. I only care about your ability to kick the ball good. What else here is unnecessary? I don't care about your agility either, dude. Okay, so his kicking accuracy is staying about the same. He's actually gaining a little bit in distance. So, however he's doing badly, it's not clear to me. It's not clear to me. Oh, you know what? It might have told me over there. That's fine. So, let's quickly take a look at next year's roster before we start the preseason proper. And let's figure out how screwed we are next year. So we're going to have a lot of cap room next year, but it looks like a lot of big players are going to be coming off the books. First things first. Denzel Ward. You want big-time cornerback money. You deserve big-time cornerback money. I'm not even going to argue with you. Done. Joel Bitonio. I'd like to keep you longer, but I'll frankly take you just signing another contract for 1 year to let me maybe find a quality player there. And same for you. Great. So we're getting continuity in the offensive line. I really value that, and I don't want to get left out in the gold there, in the cold there. Do we bring back Jarvis Landry? I can bring him back for 1 year. But I think we need to see how the offense works together this season before I make any decisions about any big offensive players. Baker Mayfield, I'm talking about you. You're not getting $24 million. Fuck off. Don't insult me. Greedy Williams isn't that greedy, actually. I wouldn't mind offering him this deal and see if that moves the needle for him. Clifford Helms. I hate offering you this kind of upgrade, this higher contract when I don't think you deserve it yet. Nope, I'm gonna wait on you too. Now, one thing I am going to do, it's a bit saucy, but I'm going to put Baker Mayfield on the trading block. Because let me make this painfully clear, my dude, I am not signing you for that much money. There is nothing on this planet that would convince me to sign a meh quarterback for $20 million a year. That's too much money, in my opinion. In the real NFL, that's even probably too much money for Baker Mayfield. Let's be real here. So Baker Mayfield, you're on the trading block. If I get anyone offering me a first-round pick, you're gone. That's just... It just is. It just is. It is a fact of life. Baker Mayfield, welcome to the trade block. Okay, let's get through some preseason games. Strategy should be what it was last time round. Game planning, good. Very good. I'm going to try this change to convince you that my tight ends actually ought to be catching. And see if that... Oh, I need a new game plan, don't I? Okay, Browns 24 it is. Because I think leaving them in the block so much is what's hurting the team. So we're going to go ahead and make it clear that these are to be passing tight ends, not blocking tight ends. I'd prefer the running backs to mostly be running. Running focus is balanced. Passing target. I don't really care where you pass. Let's try to make it balanced. Let's try to spread the ball out a little bit more this season and see how people work. We're going to focus on the pass. Because we've got younger corners, I'm going to switch this to mixed. So we mix in some zone there. And I think that's going to help a bit. Pardon me. And I think this is going to work. So, my friends, let's go ahead and get going into the preseason. And we're going to sim. And we lose by 2 points. The real question is, how did my quarterback do? He did pretty bad. But then again, so did Baker Mayfield. I think a lot of this is just our big-time receivers not actually being in the game. So that's fine. You don't really want to overdo it on preseason stats, really. We might lose Kareem Hunt for the rest of the preseason. That's fine. Yeah, Helms is just not completing passes at a decent rate. That does concern me. That's a little better, I guess. Now, I don't think anyone has actually gotten contract offers. I think I made this mistake last time, too. Which is, that they don't sign contracts for the regular season. They won't sign extensions in the preseason. But let's find out. Denzel Ward, do you have a contract offer? You do! Okay, great. You just had to think about it. Great. 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 My friends, our depth chart is set. I think we are good to go ahead and see how this team can run. Let's break down the schedule. So it looks like we're playing the AFC South. Did I just play the AFC South last season? Maybe I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't play the South last season. I just played the Titans last season. So the Chiefs are my special friends this week, this time round. Playing the AFC South and the NFC North. And then my bonus teams are the Chiefs. Why do I have 2 buys? What the fuck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15? Why am I only playing 15 games? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Did something get changed in the league settings? I mean, maybe. That is really weird, but alright. Let us set some mentors, and then we'll go ahead and start playing the games. That is really weird, though. I wonder if it's just, like, the game trying to simulate, oh, they've made some sort of change here. Which is fine. Okay... Peoples-Jones? No, Timothy Price, you're going to go to the practice squad. And I have too many linebackers and I have way too many cornerbacks. That's fine. Linebackers, Joseph Driscoll, get on the practice squad. Curtis Weaver, get on the practice squad. Corners, can I put Tucker on the practice squad? I can. So I need to get one more player onto the practice squad. I have 5 guards. James Harrington off to the practice squad with you. Done. That's my starting roster. Did I get rid of anybody important? I don't think so. Let's go ahead and reset the offensive depth chart. Very good. Offensive line looks all set. The defense is fine, and I'm not going to mess with that or the special teams. Let's play some football. Like, is everyone like that? Or am I just the only one who gets 2 buys for some weird reason? If I look at, say, Dallas. Dallas gets how many buys? Dallas also gets 2 buys. Okay. Well, if 2 random teams have the exact same kind of deal, then that's where we are. And we're just going to have to deal with it. So early on, we've got a pretty tough stretch with our opening game, which is against the Packers. But the Bengals were kind of trashed here last season. Remember, this is the Bengals without Joe Burrow. They don't have that premium quarterback. And so there's a real chance that we can get sneaky about this. And maybe build up a bit of a lead early on. We're just going to see what happens, though, after week 1. Can we beat the Packers? They sure don't think so. If I click on matchup. Oh, we just don't know anything. Okay. Ouch. Timothy Price's dislocated shoulder, but he's on the practice squad now anyway. So, let's see how it goes. We won. Barely. How did Matt Stafford end up on Green Bay? Baker Mayfield was fine. Not exceptional, but fine. We didn't run the ball super great. Jouett didn't play a big role in the offense. Marcus Golden had a pretty great day. A sack for Deion Buchanan and for Myles Garrett. Only 2 missed blocks all game. That's the kind of thing that we need to see if we're going to be a top-tier team. Baker didn't get sacked 1 time, and I think that's a big reason why. How did you end up on the Packers? Oh, I didn't assign any mentors. That's silly of me. Oh, the Lions just cut him. And then the Packers signed him. Oh my. If I would have known he would have been available, I might have actually thought about grabbing him. Oh well. Nobody's fault but my own. Inbox. We got Greedy and Denzel, so we got our cornerback room blocked up. Batonio and Treader both hated my deals. So we're going to fix that. We're going to fix the shit out of it. My friend, roster. Batonio. Not the Bengals. Who cares about the Bengals? Lay Bruins. Hey, bud. Joel Batonio, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to insult you. You think 10 million is an insult? So I'm going to go ahead and offer you 2 years, but I'm going to give you 12 million. And see what you think about this deal. Oh, you're right. You are so right. Yeah, they top out at 10 million, don't they? Then I'm going to make it balanced. And we're going to see if that moves the needle. It might also be the role I offered him as backup. He might have been annoyed by that. Let's do the same thing here. Let's make you a key player. I'm going to add a bonus. If you get 50 pancakes, you get a bonus of 5% of your contract. How does that sound? And not heavily front-loaded, balanced. Here we go. We'll see if either one of those deals happens. But we locked up Denzel Ward and Greedy Williams, and I feel pretty good about both of those deals. Olivier Vernon, you're such a big contributor in so many ways, but I want to wait and see how you do the rest of this season before I commit to you for a longer deal. Okay. So, I need to start assigning some mentors, if I even have any. I think I do. Oh, they're still maintaining their relationships here. Austin Hooper, go ahead and mentor the Crow. Teach him your tight end ways, because he's going to be replacing you before too much longer. You're an agreeable workaholic, so let's be encouraging. You don't like Odell Beckham Jr., okay. And go ahead and teach the Crow all you know. Very nice. Larry Fitzgerald, go ahead and mentor Jouett. You're an outspoken professional. Be validating. Teach him how to play his position, and let's have you talk to the one, the only, Matthew Jouett. Or Jewett, or however you say his name, I'm not sure. He loves Myles Garrett. Who doesn't love Myles Garrett? Myles Garrett's amazing. Larry Ogunjobi, teach Calvin Burks your ways of being good. Because you're shy, I'm going to try making you formal. In position, and it's going to be Calvin Burks. Nathan Jerry, can you go ahead and mentor Yarborough? You are happy, so be encouraging. Teach the position. Can you teach, like, athleticism? Yeah, training. Max Yarborough. Let's see if you can't teach him your ways of peace by force. I'm not going to have Mason Crosby teach anybody anything, though. We won against the Lions. Very nice. They have Deshaun Wilson? No, they have Russell Wilson. What the fuck, game? I just don't get it. I don't get why you just, like, cut people all the time. But here we are. It just means more quarterback movement, so I guess that's not terrible. Treader signed. Batonio hasn't gotten it yet. Okay, we're getting some training offers. Or trade offers, rather. You'll give me a third. You'll give me a third. And you'll give me a third. That's not good enough. I don't want a third. I want a first. At minimum, I want a second. So you can stop making these stupid offers. Okay. We didn't... Holy shit, how did the Bengals destroy us? How the fuck does this happen? I mean, yeah, they completely neutralized my running game, but how? Oh, they do have Joe Burrow. But still, that's not that great. How did you score so many bloody points? I mean, you had 4 rushing touchdowns, and we actually shut down your running game for the most part. It just seemed like the Browns didn't care until the game was already in garbage time. Oh, dear. That's embarrassing. That's really embarrassing. Greedy Williams had himself a good day. My word. Jedrick Wills really got targeted, it looks like. Alright. Well, look, we get a random bye in week 4. So that's happening here. Third. I'm only getting 3rd round picks as offers. Not one person will offer me a 2nd? Bruh. After this game, hopefully we can win this one. We did. Very, very close, but we did win it. Still got lit up by Joe Burrows, though. Just Baker was a little bit better today. And the running game was working. So that happened. Oh, my God, game. Okay. Fine. Oh, nobody's playing in week 6. Got it. Okay. So, can I still trade, or is the trading deadline passed? You all suck. Okay, so actually the trading deadline is passed. I'm stuck with Baker for the rest of the bleed. The rest of the season. It's fine. How did you all fail to mentor? I don't get it. But whatever. This is an important game. We need to win our division to the extent that we possibly can if we're going to be successful. Let's check the statistics so far in this season. Baker, for his credit, has been really accurate this season. He's really made some big strides to be a better version of himself than he was past season. I mean, he may have me by the nuts. Oh, if you only want 14 million. I could live with that. Let's make this offer and see if Baker will re-sign for 14 million. Rushing, Nick Chubb is off to a bit of a slow start. Receiving, Beckham. Landry has just been invisible. How's the Crow? Yes, 1 catch for 5 yards. Well, that's fine. Yeah, I'm just going to stop looking. This is going to make me sad. And we're just going to hope that we can get a little bit of assistance from just the team just playing a little bit better. A narrow defeat is not great, but it's what happened. Beckham has been really unproductive this season. He's just not his normal self. Although Baker is being more efficient, and we ran the ball a bit better, the truth is the game got away from us, and we just weren't able to really lock it down. A big day for Myles Garrett and for Olivier Vernon. Some stupid penalties, and once again, people are getting through the offensive line. Only sacked once, though. We did lose 2 fumbles, though. Who the fuck fumbled the ball? I don't know. And now I gotta play the Chiefs. Gross. He wants more money. Baker, if I can get a decent quarterback on a veteran deal, or just lock up my rookie, I'm probably going to do that, because I'm not going to give you $20 million. If that's what you think is an appropriate contract, I'm here to tell you that's not happening. I'll give you $17 million, and I'm going to probably regret it, but I'm going to give you $17 million. But I'm also going to sign Mr. Clifford Helms to a nice long deal, where we will be in a position to have him at least as a capable backup. Who else's contract is getting ready to expire? I think Olivier Vernon's is too. Sione or Mason Crosby, how would you like to come back? You would love to come back. Great. Perfect. Eddie Goldman is probably not worth keeping. I can ask how much he wants. He wants a raise. Meh. Olivier Vernon. You're still knocking people down at a pretty good clip. So I'm going to offer you a $14 million contract to rejoin us. I don't think I bring back Jarvis Landry, though. I think that's where I draw the line. I just don't think he's been an effective enough player. Okay. Andy Janovich, why not bring you back? It's good to have a nice fullback. Everyone likes a fullback. Yeah. We'll talk about Goldman. Let's quickly check free agency actually and see what kind of offer we might be able to make. Is there any interesting free agents left? I mean, Aaron Rodgers is an interesting player for sure. But I actually can't afford him. I have to cut somebody. And I'm not going to do that. That's, again, it's a little bit too cheap to upgrade your quarterback that much. Well, we gutted the Chiefs. Baker Mayfield was incredible. Beckham got involved. Peoples-Jones got involved. Landry got involved a little bit. Some big-time plays. Myles Garrett was really wrecking face. Very nice. I'm not seeing any of our new corners being mentioned in a positive light, though, and that does concern me slightly. And no sacks. Beautiful. We still gave up a fumble, though. I wish it listed fumbles here. I can view play-by-play. It'll probably tell me who fumbled. Oh, I see. So yellow plays are special teams plays. That is the fumble. There it is. Nick Chubb fumbled the ball. Nick. I mean, I guess I can't be too upset. We won the game 34-3, so I'm probably being a little bit unfair. Okay, Baker's coming back. People haven't thought about it yet. We got Janovich back. If I look at the cap for next season, what are we talking about? How much room am I going to have? About 40 plus million. That's pretty good. The defense is no better than it was last year, though. That is a problem. That is a big-time problem. I'm just not seeing a ton of plays being made this season. Garrett hasn't been as productive. Vernon has been plenty productive. Tyson Ortiz has been targeted 16 times, only allowed 6 catches, so that's cool. Mitchell Wang has barely played. This is not ideal. If I look at analytics, do I get to learn anything? Oh, this just tells him what part of the field that he's making mistakes at. I see. He's only missed 3 tackles. I wish I had like defensive back coverage, right? Because that's what really matters. If I look at Myles Garrett. Look at this downfield tackle he had to make. Holy shit. Yeah, our pass rush has been lagging a little bit, and I think that's probably also part of the issue. Gritty Williams keeps missing tackles. Corners who don't tackle well are a problem, or they can be. And you're not a great tackler. It is what it says on the tin there. So we're just going to have to see how things go the rest of the season. Depth chart-wise, look at defense. How are my defensive tackles doing? Are either one of you playing well? Ogunjobi's playing well. Goldman is meh. Guys, we're going to start Calvin Burks. We're going to try to shake things up because Burks is a little bit better, is a little bit more athletic. And I want to give the youngster a chance to play. So we look at Mr. Calvin Burks. He's incredibly strong. He's the smartest tackle on the roster. He's a really bad tackler, though. That is problematic. But he's got decent speed, too. Are you missing a bunch of tackles, or are you just not getting the opportunity? I guess I can't bench Goldman knowing that he's so bad at tackling. I probably need to see him develop a bit more. It's a shame, but here we are. Can I make any changes to the defense to improve our chances? Alright, Tyson Ortiz, I'm going to swap you with Greedy Williams. I'm asking for a lot from you. And I also want Trey Flowers playing over Mitchell Wang. And then Wang, you can be the main backup at the different positions. I'm hoping that Ortiz is a little bit better than Williams, and Williams can just be a really good corner guy for me. Nickelback for me. Linebackers. Play Yarborough. I need something to get us a spark, and giving Yarborough a few more reps is going to give us a chance to see what he can actually do. So we're going to save this and see if this makes any appreciable differences here. I really think playing Ortiz more will actually make a big deal. Because Greedy Williams misses tackles pretty badly, and we need a cornerback who's sure tackle to stop big plays from getting bigger. Let us then simulate a week of football. And we have been defeated. Baker did get intercepted twice. We only gave up 253 passing yards, so that's a nice improvement. Ortiz had 6 tackles. Yeah, Beckham is not turning targets into catches at the same rate as some of his other people. Right here. Eric Rowe picked me off and got a touchdown, and that's why the Dolphins won the game. That's annoying, but it's alright. Vernon signed, as I suspected he might. Yeah, as long as Beckham keeps whining about playing time, then I just don't see much of a point in keeping him. We did defeat the Vikings, though. Again, a very close game, though. Very close indeed. And he's still throwing a fair few interceptions. Thankfully, Clifford Helms was able to throw a touchdown pass somehow. Did Mayfield get hurt? Here we go. Yeah, we gained... They actually ran the ball better than we did. Okay. Interesting. How long is Mayfield out for? He's got a tight hamstring. Okay. Yeah, dude, I'm not going to offer you a big-time quarterback or big-time contract to be a backup quarterback. You know what? You only want a little bit more, then I'll give you a little bit more. But I'm not going to pay you starting quarterback money until you've earned it. That's just how it is. We do have injuries to the offensive line. So that is going to necessarily set a bit of a cap here. Basically, if I don't know what to do about Odell Beckham other than trade him in the offseason. Because I'm getting really tired of him complaining about playing time. God damn it, guys. How was Helms? He was not great. I'm probably overpaying a backup quarterback in hindsight. Yeah, you know what? Fuck you, buddy. You just lost your chance to come back to the Browns. Because I'm tired of you complaining all the time. You can stop and go to hell. Because every time you get playing time, you prove that you can't handle it. Guys, we got to light up the Colts. We got to have a big victory here, and we did. Thankfully. I mean, Helms sure wasn't great, but he was closer to being acceptable. Jouette's kind of disappeared this season. It seems like all of a sudden we're just not throwing the ball to the right people anymore, which is not ideal. The Titans are going to be tough. They look like a really strong team this year, and I don't know how we'll do against... Like, is a problem that Beckham is just whining so much that everybody else is not able to concentrate? Maybe. We got beat. It was close, though. And Helms did throw for almost 300 yards. But yeah, they were just a little bit better, and that's all it took. I think we're over-focused on the pass. Teams are kind of running the ball on us with a little bit more skill than I'd like. I probably need to be a little bit more aggressive about how I change my game plan based on the team we're facing. But yeah, let's focus on balanced. Let's try to make sure we can handle both passing and running. I could maybe change the passing target, but I'm not convinced that's the right solution here. You're getting a ton of yards, just not getting a ton of points. Shut the fuck up, Beckham. I've had enough of you complaining. And now we lost to the Steelers. This is a game we ought to have won, and we didn't. This is looking really bad. Yeah, Helms is not good. Helms is really struggling, and yeah. We're getting run on, which tells me we don't have enough beef up front. And we lost to the Jaguars. We cannot play football well. I mean, great that Mayfield had a decent completion, but he is just not throwing very deep. Yeah. Like, we're not making the playoffs. I don't know what to tell you, but it's not going to happen. We're not even close to the playoffs. Actually, we're shockingly close to the playoffs. That's kind of funny, actually. Oh, the AFC North is just the garbage division that everyone is beating up on this season. Cool story, bro. Would it be the Steelers the second time? So that's good. But yeah, guys, we're still getting gashed on the ground. And that is a big issue. That's a very big issue. If we take a look at... Can I look at team stats? I want to see the stats as a team, not the stats as... team info, maybe? No, that's not what I want. Dashboard? Like, I want to see my breakdown of run versus pass. Like, am I just getting gouged on the ground? Where are my team level stats? That's what I'd like to know. Oh, here we go. Yeah, guys, we're getting obliterated on the ground. We're just getting destroyed. Which is telling me that our defensive tackles are not good enough. They're not performing at a very high level. Also, a linebacker with the team on in interceptions is not ideal either. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's how many rushing yards we're getting per game. Yeah. No, we're getting shredded through the air again. Hey, we cleaned up on the Bears. That's fun. A nice game for Baker Mayfield. A big game for Odell Beckham. Very nice. Denzel Ward returned something for a touchdown. That's always exciting. Yeah, very, very nice work by the Browns. Okay, so let me look at the playoff standings. Can we make the playoffs? The answer is maybe, but we don't control our own fate. Because our division record is shit. If the Bengals and the Browns finish with the same division, they're going to win the division. If we win and the Bengals lose, then I win the AFC North. So I got to take care of business against the Texans. That just has to be what happens here. 9-7 might be enough to make the playoffs, depending on what happens. We did our job. We won the game. Is that enough for us to make the playoffs, though? Mayfield was fine. He threw a couple touchdowns. Jewett and Bryant caught them. Okay. Did we make the playoffs? We did. Because the Bengals lost. Very nice. Very nice indeed, my friends. We managed to win the AFC North. Barely. Barely. Let's go through wildcard weekend. And we shut out the freaking Dolphins. Once again, Mayfield got hurt. How does that keep happening? I mean, maybe the problem is my offensive line isn't good enough. Maybe we could use some top-tier talent there. We did get a safety. But yeah, this is about a running touchdown and a bunch of field goals. Yeah, Baker Mayfield must be hurt again. Oh my god, he's out for the season. Well, that's not great. And Clifford Helms is out too. Great. Bro, I don't care how fucking fatigued you are. You gotta figure your shit out. Gotta figure that shit out. Baker Mayfield still didn't have a great season. Let's grab ourselves a free agent quarterback. Not Aaron Rodgers. I do think that would be cheating. But I will look at other quarterbacks just so that I have a full quarterback room. Joe Flacco? Gross. Wow. This is a bad quarterback group. I've got big arm, no accuracy. And a bunch of people just have no accuracy. I've got some Joe Flacco. I'm going to sign you. Oh, I'm actually over the cap now. I need to fix that somehow. I wonder if I'll get yelled at for being over the cap. I might. Helms, you're the starting quarterback now. You'd better not suck. No pressure, kid. No pressure. Yeah, Wills is getting better. Holtz is not. Holtz seems to be stuck in a rut. You know what we're going to do? We're going to try something a bit zany. I'm going to push Holtz back to right tackle. Because the difference is Jedrick Wills is getting better every season. Holtz is not. Holtz could probably do with being in the less important thing. Then I do have to cut somebody so that I can get under the cap. We'll just see if the game even stops me. It might not even care if I'm up by that little. No, I do have to get over this. I have to get under the salary cap. I see. Okay. That's fine. Which position am I the most overstaffed at? I have 7 linebackers. I don't need 7 linebackers, especially when the 7 I have aren't that great. Hey, yo. Oh, I could probably just cut Joseph Driscoll, couldn't I? Wouldn't that solve the problem? And I'm now doing okay on the cap. Good. Oh dear. Can Clifford Helms carry us to a Super Bowl? I sure don't think so, but we can see. Nope. He can't. He cannot. Guys, you tried with a 27-10 lead, and then our defense fell apart, as it has done so many times this season. Wow. Whoa, whoa, wee, whoa. Yeah, guys, we need to do something to make this team better next year, and I just don't know what the solution to that problem is. So it's the Patriots and the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. And the Patriots won. How the fuck did Dak Prescott end up on the Seahawks? Let me guess. He got cut. Oh my god. This is so stupid. And this just keeps happening. Literally the only thing I do is like destroy quarterback salaries. And just be like, no quarterback can make more than $30 million. Not like any Brown's gonna win anything here, that's for damn sure. And advance. And let's advance to end of season. Okay, so Nick Chubb made the Pro Bowl. No Browns offensive lineman did. Larry Ogunjobi did. I had 2 Pro Bowlers, Larry Ogunjobi and Nick Chubb. Literally no one else made it. We were, quite frankly, not a good enough team this season. But, look, friends, I'm getting a little tired of the silliness of the quarterback movement. And it feels like I'm going to basically screw myself if I trap myself with a quarterback just because I'm trying to do the right thing. Yeah, there's just too many things about this game that annoy me. And it's getting to the point where if I hadn't won the Super Bowl, I probably would have given up on the series again already. Friends, I will listen to you in the comments, and I will think long and hard about whether or not I want to keep playing this game, because it's just like getting shut out of every single free agent until you're forced to overpay for mediocrity just because you have to be a mind reader and just have insane amounts of luck is bullshit. There's no other word to describe it. It's bullshit. And yeah, that's just not great. And basically it means that I'm constantly just shuffling the deck chairs on the Titanic. At the end of the day, my defense is no better this season than it was last season. It might even be slightly worse. And that's with a lot of player movement. Baker Mayfield was much more accurate this season, intercepted a lot fewer times, and still wasn't very good. Nick Chubb made the Pro Bowl. Awesome. Happy for him. Odell Beckham whined about playing time the whole time. A lot of targets with no catches. Defensively, I mean, we've got a lot of tackles, but they're not effective tackles. I mean, Myles Garrett and Ogunjobi and Olivier Vernon were all brilliant. They all did a great job rushing the passer. But at the end of the day, our linebackers aren't good enough. Our linebackers were not making big plays. And that's our problem. Our defensive backs. Now, Denzel Ward, no issues with him whatsoever. Mitchell Wang had an okay rookie season, as did Tyson Ortiz, but neither one of them was exactly brilliant. A defensive tackle missing 5 tackles is a real issue. I think we need to get a new defensive tackle, I think. At least one, maybe 2. But yeah, my friends, this has not been a great season. And I'm saying that fully cognizant of the fact that we did in fact make the playoffs. That is a thing that happened. I can bring him back for super cheap. I just don't know that I want to. And without a way to consistently get better, aka free agency, I need to make ridiculously good draft picks, and unfortunately, I don't have enough scouting resources to do that either. So, I'm very strongly considering ending the series. But I will listen. And if a bunch of people have really good salient points or some advice for me to figure out this game or something, then I'll think about continuing. But right now, my friends, it's too much of a slog. And it's not fun. It's not enjoyable. And at the end of the day, that's what a game is supposed to be. I will say that if we don't continue this series, I am probably going to wait a bit before I start a new Tuesday series. Maybe Crusader Kings 3. The Royal Court DLC came out a few weeks ago, and that might be a fun game to play for a bit. But I think for now, this game is probably not going to be coming back. But do let me know. Let me know in the comments, especially if there's anything I can do to make this work. I'm not even going to talk about the quarterback ridiculousness because I've grown to accept it. But I am a little bit annoyed by the free agency and the draft issues, especially the free agency issue. So until next time, this has been Guardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.